Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you watch my channel often enough, you know that I have a new car. It's unexpected, but I have a new car. It was my first time buying one, and I feel like I made some mistakes, and I feel like I've learned enough so that I can tell other people and hopefully prevent you guys from making some mistakes. So these are a few tips that I've come up with of how to buy your first car. So first up, the first tip is to research. So you just want to take your time with this. You don't want to just buy the first car that you see. You really want to take your time. You want to go to dealerships, various dealerships. You may want a Honda, and you may think that you only can go to Honda dealerships. If you can actually go to like a Kia dealership and find a Honda. Like, you just want to search around and like really take your time, look at various dealerships, go online and look. You may want to buy it from Craigslist. It's whatever you want, but just take your time and really see what's out there. Know your brands. Sorry, that's still under research. Knowing your brands. I was someone who I never paid attention to cars. My first car is what my parents got me. I didn't care what it was. I was just happy to have a car, and I've never noticed car brands until after I had to buy one. Brands have different reputations. They have different prices. You know, a Toyota is different from a Porsche. Know your brands and like know what's out there, know what's comparable. Every company is going to have a 4-door sedan. They're all going to have SUVs. They're all going to have vans. They're all going to have trucks. It just depends on what brand of car that you want. But do your research and find out what you want. Tip 2, have a budget. So it's very important to know how much money you want to spend when you're buying a car. I had a budget of $12,000, and I went over that because I was someone who, my first car was a 09 Corolla, and it was a base model. It did not have any perks or anything. And so when I was car shopping, I was like, cars have this, like they can do that. And, you know, I was overwhelmed by all the possibilities, and I completely went over my budget. When I think about it, I think I doubled it. My God, I think I doubled it. I never thought about it that way, but yeah. Oh, Jesus. So know your budget and stick to it. Have in mind, you know, if you want a $5,000 car, then stick to that. Probably nobody wants a $5,000 car. If all you can afford is a $5,000 car, stick to that. If all you can afford is a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, stick to your budget. Also, you need to decide what you need versus what you want. Be honest, okay? Do you need heat in your car? I would say that's a need, right? Especially, you know, if you live up north or something. Like, yeah, that can qualify as a need. Do you need heated seats? No, you don't. You can get by without it. Just be honest with yourself. What you need versus what you want. Now, if you can afford some of your wants, go ahead. I'm proud of you. But if you cannot, don't get it because you don't need it. There's also this website called Kelley Blue Book. I had never heard of it until I had to get a car. And Kelley Blue Book is this website where you can determine how much a car is valued based off of the information that you put in. Tip number 3, don't be nice. So after you've done your research and you have a budget, that's when you can start going to these dealerships. And I myself, I'm an introverted person. I don't like confrontation. I'm also raised in the South, and I'm very big on being polite. Now's not the time. Don't be polite to them. They are going to swarm you like sharks. They are going to attack you. They want your money. They are not nice people. You do not need to be nice to them. I'm sure there are some nice out there, but the majority of them, God, like the first one I went to, he didn't even give me time to get out of my car. He went up to my car window. Hi, can I help you? Can you let me get out first? Like, dang, goodness. Like it was ridiculous. They would try to just like shove information down your throat and just overwhelm you and be like, this car does this and this car and this car and this car. You have to be upfront with them. Tell them, look, my budget is $15,000. What do you have that's inside of my budget? Don't show me a car that's $20,000. I told you my budget was $15,000. And like, if they keep doing that to you, if they keep showing you things that you know they can't afford and they know that you can't afford, walk away. Don't be afraid to just walk away. I didn't do that, and I wish I had, because I wasted their time and my time. Like, I told you that my budget was $12,000. Why did you show me a $25,000 car? Oh, well, you can make it work with this loan and that. I know I can make it work with a loan. I don't want a loan. Don't show me stuff that I can't afford. You have the power, okay? That's right. There are other dealerships. You do not have to get that car, and they know it. That's why they're just trying to sell you so hard. But no, nice for what? Don't do it. Tip number 4, inspect the car. Now, when you see a car and you think that you like it, you're going to want to check it out. So you want to check things like the mileage. That's a huge thing to look out for, because a car's value, it goes down. A huge part of that, it goes down because of the mileage. A car that has like 10,000 miles on it, that's basically like a brand new car. Like, that's good. But a car that's got like 90,000, look up under the hood, see if everything looks right. Check the lights, the wipers. That's why I had my dad come, because he checked things that I wouldn't even have known to check. Don't look at a car at night. Never go car shopping at night, because there's always things that you're going to miss. That may seem obvious to some people, but I bet to some people it's not. But yes. Look at the Carfax. If this is a used car, you want to look at the Carfax and see what has happened to this car. It could have been an accident, and it matters, where it was hit in the accident. Was it hit from the back, from the front, the side, whatever? Those things matter. If it was in one accident versus like 5 accidents, okay? Or things like that. Was it a rental car before it went to the dealership? All those things may matter to you. So make sure that you check that out. Also, there's this thing called certified pre-owned cars. My car is a certified car from the dealership, meaning the dealership guarantees that there is nothing wrong with that car. It's certified. They did, I think they'll say like an 18-point inspection or something like that. It just means that they're guaranteeing that nothing is wrong with that car. So if you're buying used, I suggest certified pre-owned. You'll also want to check and see if that particular car has warranties, if it's still under the warranty. So these are the different types of warranties. Comprehensive. There's also a thing called powertrain warranty, and that is only things like your transmission and your engine. Those are the type of things that you would want to look for when you inspect the car. Tip number 5, negotiating. So this is where a Kelley Blue Book will come in handy. Let's say you find a car and the sticker price is $15,000, but then you look at Kelley Blue Book and you see that it's really only worth $13,500. That's when you can try and go in and negotiate and look and tell them, look, Kelley Blue Book said this, so you need to lower the price. That's when you can negotiate. Based off of my experience with the one car that I bought, the longer a car is on the lot, the less likely they are to negotiate. Because the longer a car is on the lot, the more that it's priced fairly. Because this is how it works, right? If a car is on a lot for like 60 days, have you ever wondered what happens to the car if no one ever buys it? The car dealership puts it in an auction and people can buy it. Not consumers like me and you, but like businesses or something, they can buy these cars. And so the car dealership, there's no advantage to them selling it to you, because if you don't buy it, someone else is going to buy it. So like, I guess they would prefer you to buy it, but at the end of the day, it's going to get sold either way. So it's not like they're not going to give you this insane deal, because they can make the money at the auction either way. So, you want to ask, how long has the car been on the lot, that type of thing. My car had been there for 2 months, so I didn't really get a deal on mine. So if someone watching, you've experienced something different, let us know. Tip number 6, things that you need to bring. So this is the point where you have picked the car that you want. So if you plan on buying this car today, these are some things that you're going to want to have. Your driver's license. That's kind of a given. Hopefully that you have your driver's license on you at all times. But also it's necessary if you ever want to test drive a car, you have to give them your driver's license so that they know who you are. And if you don't come back with the car, they know who to call. So that's kind of a given. Bring your insurance card. That is going to be needed. Also, if you're trading in your car, make sure that you have the license plate, because you can save money when you have to register your car. If you have the license plate with you, you can kind of switch it over and it'll save you a little bit of money and have the car title. Tip 7, hidden fees. So remember tip 2, have a budget. This is kind of coincides with tip 2. So let's say that you have a budget of $15,000. You need to know that not all of that is just for the car itself. Some of that needs to cover these hidden fees, things that if you're a first-time car buyer, you may not realize that you will also have to pay for. So there's things like taxes. Again, taxes vary depending on how expensive of a car. The taxes of a Toyota are not going to be the same as the taxes of a Range Rover, but it's just things that you want to be cautious of. There's also, it depends on your state too. I think it depends on your state how much the taxes are going to be. It can be ridiculous. So just be prepared that you're going to have to pay taxes on your car. Another thing, document fees. I'd never heard of this. Never. For me, for my car, my document fees were more than $700. And when he showed me that, I was like, what is that? Like, could you explain to me document fees? What is that? And he was like, oh, it's the fee of the paperwork. And I was like, they get you. They will get you for everything. Another thing to think about is special protection. I didn't really know what to call this, so I just called it special protection. They tried to sell me some product for, like, say someone threw up in your car, it was some material that they can put on the interior so that it's easy to clean or something. I ended up not getting it because my daddy told me not to, and I didn't know otherwise, so I just didn't get it. The reason my daddy said no was because if it's not a new car, then you just shouldn't do it. I don't know if that's true or not. I just didn't want to spend the extra money, but be prepared for something like that. Add-ons. So my car, I really wanted a remote start and it didn't come with that, but they told me, oh, you could just add that on. They were right. So I didn't have to get it done there. Like, I could have taken it to a Honda later on and got it done, but I chose to get the remote start added, so that was another fee. And then another thing, once you go to the back and you're talking to, like, the finance person who's going to help you finance your car, if you're not just buying it straight out cash. If you are buying it cash, okay, scared of you. But if you, like everybody else, you got to finance, then they'll show you, like, this whole booklet of special things that you can add on. And, you may be overwhelmed and you'll just be like, okay, sure. No, don't do that. If they want your money, which they do, you will tell them, no, slow down, go through this one by one, explain why I would need each one of these things. It's going to take forever because it's a list of like 10 things, but you need to understand what you're getting or what you're not getting. Car insurance. And car insurance, that's something that's going to vary based on a few variables. The type of car you have, your age, your gender. You can choose to pay that monthly, or like me, I paid a big lump sum and it's good for 6 months. Last but not least, registration fees. You have to get your car registered for whatever state that you live in. for that, they gave me 90 days to get my car registered. Since I bought it from a dealership, the dealership paid for like a temporary registration, but I have 90 days to get a real one, and that's going to cost a fee, and that is annual. I do believe that's annual. Yeah. So there you go. Those are all the things that I didn't know when I first bought a car, and I wish I knew after I signed my life away for these payments. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope you learned something from this. Don't make the same mistakes that I did. Research, have a budget, inspect the car, try and negotiate, be aware of hidden fees. Buying a car is one of the biggest things that you'll probably buy outside of education and a house. Yeah, like it's a really big commitment, and you want to make sure that you're doing the best thing or making the best decision that you can. So don't take it lightly. I hope you learned something. Drop some comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.